Okay, what you've just seen there was some footage of a volcano erupting from September the 18th to date. It's based on an island called La Palma. The name of the volcano itself is Cumbre Vieja, and it's erupting now for the first time since 1971, so 50 years ago it was last erupted. So I thought while I'm over here, it'd be a nice one to tick off the old bucket list, go over and see it, see what the sights are, what's going on, and we'll film it as well. Just a couple of things, reason why I'm doing it. Well, La Palma, it's not like the rest of the Canary Islands in that it doesn't get a lot of tourism. Tourism is one of its main sort of financial incomes. It's more of a niche tourism area, so people go there for hiking holidays, cycling holidays, that sort of thing. You won't get, it's not like a holiday hotspot like Tenerife or Gran Canaria, so there's no, sort of resorts or anything there. So it'll be nice to go over there and contribute a little bit to the local economy, as they're trying to get people to do. Second one, it's good to see a volcano. Not great for the locals, I know, but they are handling it and managing it very well, so there's no issues there. And the third one, a little bit mad. The volcano itself today, it has calmed down over the past few days, so we won't see the violent lava eruptions that were going on a few weeks ago, but it is still smoking and smouldering. Earlier in the week there was sulfur dioxide being pumped out, so they closed one of the main towns due to the fumes in the air. There's a lot of ash clouds. The weather forecast at the moment here in Tenerife, it's about 16 degrees, nice and dry, so it's like a sort of early summer UK evening, or morning rather. Over there it's going to be the same, goes up to about 25 to 30 degrees in the daylight, but the lady in the hotel, Best Tenerife, where I'm staying, has just informed me that rain's forecast over there, so that'll be interesting. So the itinerary is, we're going to start off now. We're going to hit the road on a bike. So I'm going to bike it down to the beach, over to a port called Los Cristianos. When we get there, 8 o'clock, we're going to set sail on a ferry with a company called Aramis. That takes us over to Santa Cruz, which is a main port in La Palma. Gets us there for about 10:30. Then what I was originally going to do was stay on the bike and get as close to the volcano sort of exclusion zone as I can, but the lava flow a few weeks ago changed its mind and decided to go north, so that blocked off one of the main roads that we could have gone on, which would have been a nice sort of bike ride. So what we're going to do now, the only way to get to the sort of viewing spots and the areas where we can see things and do things, is under a 3-kilometre tunnel which actually goes under the volcano, a road tunnel. They won't let you do that on bike, obviously, because of fumes and danger. So I've hired a car which we'll pick up in Santa Cruz with a rack on the back. So we'll stick the bike on the back of the car, under the tunnel, into one of the 3 towns. There's 3 towns, one's called El Paso, one's called Los Llanos, and the other one is called Tazacorte. So there's various viewing points and things to see and do. So we'll get to one of those towns, park the car, and then we'll do the rest of it, sort of on bike and on foot, and see what we can see. So that should probably hit us up to about 12 o'clock. The ferry back tonight leaves Santa Cruz at about, I think it's 6:30, gets me back in Los Cristianos for about 9:45. So I've got most of the day there. If the volcano, there's nothing to see apart from a bit of smoke, I won't dwell on that. There's other things which I'll show you that I want to try and do and get involved with over there. At the very worst, it'll be just a nice, interesting day out. I'll film as much as I can and tell you what's what. So we're going to hit the road now, down to the beach, which is that direction. Big surfing beach, I'll show you that. And then along the beach in that direction, over to Los Cristianos, which will take us about 15-20 minutes. We have to be at check-in for the ferry for 7 AM, so we'll make a move. See you in a bit. Okay, so we're heading to those lights over there, which is the harbour, Los Cristianos, along Vista Beach. Taking about 5 minutes. It's getting a little bit warm. See you in a bit. Okay, so here we are, 20 past 10, and just arrived on the island of La Palma. The weather is absolutely beautiful. It's about 25 degrees, very warm, blue sky. I'll just show you around. Right, okay, I'm at the car, got the bike on the back. It's flipping hot, so I'm going to get changed in a minute, get a t-shirt and some shorts on, and we'll see how we go. Show you the car, nifty little Peugeot, and on the back we stick the bike. There we go. Looks safe enough, we'll soon find out. Right, okay, so let's go and find a volcano. See you in a bit. Okay, I've just driven up, been driving for about 10 minutes up from the harbour Santa Cruz on the main road to Los Llanos, which is the LP2. It's one of the main roads which sort of goes over the top and under the tunnel towards the volcano. And I've got to tell you, this is the most stunning place I've ever seen in my life, this island. I've driven through like orange groves, up and up. I'll show you. I've pulled up in what looks like a little lay-by entrance to a restaurant. Not sure if it's still open. Doesn't look like it is, but I'm going to show you the view from here. absolutely stunning. And if I turn around the other way, we're going up into the clouds. It's some crazy road. Okay, so we're about 30 sort of kilometers, 20 miles away from where we need to be to have a look at the volcano. It's up here now, it's about 22 degrees on the thing they've got on my phone. Down there in the harbour it was 25 degrees and it was half 11. Anyway, we'll crack on, and I'll stop at, next stop will be somewhere near the volcano. So good stuff. Okay, just gone midday. I've come through the tunnel under the Cumbre tunnel. That was a fantastic drive, absolutely beautiful, this island. And it's really crazy, you go from the harbour up and up and up and up through all the orange groves and whatever else. Then all of a sudden it goes very grey. There's a lot of police, soldiers, sort of what look like scientists in the big orange jackets with equipment. Bits of landslide everywhere, so they put you past that. It's not too bad though. And then you go through the tunnel out the other end, and then all of a sudden it's very, very sunny again. And check this. To there is the volcano. See the smoke, the ash cloud. Okay, so there's the volcano. So put my finger into shot. If you look roughly there, you'll see some wisps of smoke, ash, going up there. And you can easily see that one. Oops, there, behind that tree. Apparently there's 3 different vents where it's coming out. I'm just going to walk over here to show you this. Okay, this shell garage, which is on the LP3 highway, top of that roof, there and there, covered in ash. They were cleaning that last week. I saw them doing it on YouTube. It's obviously covered again. I think they're cleaning it every couple of days so the roof doesn't cave in. Down there, life goes on as normal. Okay, arrived at this place. It's a restaurant, it's called Mirador El Time. It's about 1:30 p.m. and I'll just show you this. Right, just been in what is a makeshift animal rescue centre in Los Llanos. Basically, they started building it within a day or two of the volcano erupting back in September. I've just had a walk around there. They've got about between 70 and 80 cats, I think she said, and there's about 20 to 30 dogs of all shapes and sizes. She said hopefully the dogs and cats will all get back to their owners as and when, because a lot of their owners are in temporary accommodation like hotels or living with relatives on other islands or whatever. I did a bit of dog feeding, made a new friend. Here's a photo. Dharval. And he hasn't got a home to go to, and cool, wish I lived here, because he'd come back with us. Safi'd love him. She gave me some Twixes, say thank you. Stuck a donation in as well so they can buy him some food. So Dharval's got some food for the next few weeks. She took me inside. As you can see, it's I'll go out the car in a moment, and I can't film inside there. They don't like you filming inside there, purely because the animals belong to people, and if what she explained was, if the films or photos are put on Facebook and things and the people see them, then it's not very nice, so you have to respect that. However, she let me take a couple of photos, one of Dharval and a couple of the cats. You'll see on the photos, if you look carefully, most of the dogs are in like massive pens, like cages, some with blankets over them to settle them down. The cats are in cages, and the cats are in cages under gazebos, so they've literally put a load of gazebos together inside. You'll see from the construction of the place now, it looks like it's got like a corrugated sort of arched tin roof held up by pillars, and there's fencing all around it. And these guys are here, they're all volunteers, they're here 24/7 looking after these animals. So it's top of Los Llanos, and you can hear the dogs barking. I've set them off, so it's inside there. You can just see the tops of the gazebos. I won't film any animals. It's now time's pressing on. I've got to be there for 5. It's 3:45, so that's not bad timing. On the way, if I can stop anywhere near the actual volcano itself, where I was before by the exclusion zone, I will. My only downer of the day is, apart from what I've just seen, my only downer of the day is I've not been able to get as close as the volcano as I wanted to. I did say I've not come to climb it or nothing. However, I did want to get a bit closer, but the lava is still moving. And there's a lot of sulphur and gas coming out of there. It does smell a bit when you get closer to it, and I suppose the police and soldiers and all that are just, you know, they can't let, there's loads of tourists around, they can't just let people get there. You know, maybe when it gets a bit dark, if I was here in the evening, gets a bit darker with the bike, I could possibly get, you know, through it. But again, you know, you're taking your life in your hands, is what one of the soldier guys said to me down near the port before. But we'll see. I'll drive up that way anyway. I'll do some filming of the journey back, because it's absolutely stunning, this island. And then we'll see where we go, and then we'll get to the ferry for 5 o'clock to check in. Ferry leaves I think at 6, gets into Los Cristianos about 8:45. Okay, so yeah, so little Dharval. That said, I'm quite close to the volcano now. If I just turn round, check that out. You can see the sulphur lines and stuff. It does smell strongly of ash here. And you can feel it in the air as well. It's like it's very heavy. It doesn't help with it being warm. So that's as good a view as I'm going to get. You can see the smoke. I'll flip it round in a minute properly and do some close-ups. But yeah, there's no way I can even get near, you can't even get near the exclusion zones, never mind go up to them. They block you off before you get to them, and I believe I've tried every sort of back lane. I think what doesn't help is they see the mountain bike on the back of the car and they stop me before they even get there. Anyway, I'll take a couple of photos and then we'll head back towards Ferryport and see what we can see. And we should get a good shot of it here, I think, just as I get round there. Oh, looks like it's round that way. Hi guys, thanks for watching that. If you got to the end, that's great, really appreciated it. Just a quick word by way of update and a final ending. First of all, apologies for the poor camera work and everything else in that. When I made that video, it was never intended to be a YouTube thing, because at the time I didn't have a YouTube channel, and nor did I intend setting one up. I made it purely as like my own little diary for myself, in the style of a vlog, just to show obviously my daughters and family and friends and things. So that's why it wasn't great, but I've tried to edit it best I can as a bit of editing practice. So I hope you stuck with it, and above all, I hope you enjoyed it. Secondly, apologies for the ending. It was a bit abrupt. It was a really long day. By the time I got on the ferry, I was half asleep, covered in ash, a bit grimy, and so I did the ending best I could, you know, with just a view to get back to my hotel and an early night. But having said that, it was a great adventure, a great day, and I enjoyed every second on that absolutely fantastic, lovely island with the lovely people. If you're ever over there, I'd recommend going over. Spend a day or a couple of days over there, because it's beautiful. So in terms of Dharval the dog, just by way of update, it's now beginning of February. It's a good timing for me to do this now, because there is an actual happy ending. When I came back from Tenerife into the UK, I did inquire about bringing him back to the UK. The Benawara Centre were happy for me to do it initially, but the stumbling block was, as you can see from the photo, he appears to be a pit bull terrier, which, as you may or may not know, is a banned breed in the UK. So if you're found owning one without an exemption licence, it's 6 months in prison or £10,000 fine. Now, the issue is with bringing one in from abroad. Once we'd have got him to customs, at whichever airport, their vets would have inspected, or probably would have inspected, determined that he's a pit bull, even though he had no documents. You can see from his appearance, if they determined he was a pit bull, then it would have been one of two things. He'd have either been sent back to La Palma or held in kennels until a court case, which could be lengthy. I was told by an animal welfare solicitor there's a backlog because it's not urgent, so he could have been in kennels for up to 2 years, and if we weren't successful in getting an exemption for him, again, he'd have gone back to La Palma or even possibly destroyed, and that's not the best for him. All along you put your animal first, so I didn't pursue it any further than that after I spoke to that solicitor and the customs people. However, I did keep in touch with Benawara Centre on La Palma. I spoke to them actually just before the weekend. Ari, one of the volunteers there, advised me on Messenger that last week they've successfully rehomed Dharval with a family on the island of La Palma. So he's not going too far. By all accounts, the rehoming has been successful and he's doing really well. So that's great news. So a nice ending. I will be coming back over to Tenerife in March, middle of March, for St. Patrick's, around that sort of time. So time permitting, I'll be hoping to go back over to La Palma to visit the rescue centre again. A little bit of help this time as well. And have a look at the clear up of the volcano as well. But I'll vlog that near the time. Now I've got a channel. Excuse me. Right, just one more thing. Just a couple of thank yous, really. First one, in no particular order. First one is to Tim Dowd off Living with MS in Tenerife. He was great help with me while I was over there. He saw the interview, or there's an interview on his channel, Living with MS in Tenerife. We spoke about Dharval in great depth, and at one point Tim did actually offer to help, being a contact point in Tenerife if we were to go ahead and try and get him back. So I really appreciate that, Tim, and I also appreciate all the advice and help you give me on the channel as well. You're a great friend, and I'll see you in March. Second person, excuse me, bad cough. Second person is Rick and Shelley from Tenerife, that Tenerife vlogcast. Rick, again, a great help. You're always at the end of an email whenever I ask you anything. Always supportive of the channel and me, and it was great meeting you. And again, you're a great friend. So everybody go and subscribe to both Tim and Rick and Shelley if you haven't done so already. Okay, and last but not least, big thank you to Daniel, the Crackmaster from Tenerife First Excursions. First of all, Daniel and Kim, thank you for helping me with the mountain bike. You organised that sweetly, great service before and after, it has to be said, and also me helicopter ride. Really appreciated it. But above all, you're both inspirations. Dan, you're a legend, mate. And when I come back in March, I hope to be meeting up here, and we'll have that St. Patrick's Day bottle of water. But again, thanks for all your help, if you do watch this, Daniel. And then last but not least, a big thanks to everybody who's subscribed up to now, and all your kind words with the channel. Overwhelming. Hopefully we'll get it going further, and I'll be putting some more stuff up, as I said in the previous vlog. Loads to come up. So yeah, thanks for watching and sticking with that video. If you've liked it, give me a thumbs up. You know what to do. Share it, and if you haven't subscribed yet, give us a go. As they say, it doesn't cost anything, and I promise you we'll have some fun. Okay, so once again, thanks to everybody. I'll put the links to Dan, Tim, and Rick and Shelley in the comment, in the narrative below. So if you haven't subscribed to them, sure everybody has, but if you haven't, go and subscribe, because they are great people. Okay, so thanks everybody. I'll see you in the next one.